just changing my top. Not sure if we'll get anybody watching live. I wasn't comfy in that top. Right. Feels better. Oh, by the way, that will have cactuses in it. The other one has. I haven't got that one done yet, and they're not hung up right either. So if you keep thinking, why has she got a blank? Hi, Nesh, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, why have I got a blank thing there? There is method in my madness. Right, I do need a drink. So, right, so today I've been somewhere really exciting. God, I look through like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. It wasn't that exciting. Wasn't anything like that. I've been hypnotised again this morning. Obviously, for trying to give up alcohol again. Now, this isn't only about alcohol. This live's about chocolate. It could be crisp addiction, Lily. It could be anything, but it's about keep trying. And exhausting as sometimes giving something up can feel. Remember, we're not giving anything up. We are gaining by not having it in our lives anymore. And the hypnotist was a new hypnotist. I happened to be in the pub the other day. Funny that, and her card was in there and it had a discount on it. And as much as I love Sarah Wall, who has hypnotised me twice before, I do feel that me and Sarah are really good friends now, and I wanted a different approach to it. So I went to see, I think her name was Beth today. I will put her details on this group, and she was really, really good. And I've come away again feeling super, super positive that I won't drink again. Now, I'm not going to label it that I'm living in sobriety. I'm not going to label it as anything or put a time on it. But I literally, at the moment in my life, do not drink. So I think chocolate and alcohol are very similar, but I also think that they are very different. And again, some people have different, like chocolate for me, I eat now and again, but I don't ever anymore have a chocolate binge. But many years ago, I used to eat a whole massive, the big bars that you get, not like these ones, the big ones that you sort of get Christmas time and stuff. I ate one of those, just wolfed it down in one go. Okay, so that was in my bulimic days when I didn't really understand food. I didn't have a very good relationship with food, and I literally didn't allow myself something because I was on a diet, but then that made me want it even more. So I went through the binge eating thing. So I understand both chocolate addiction, distorted eating, distorted body image, and alcohol. So I had a really good chat with this lady, and yeah, I have an addictive personality, but actually that can be turned around in another way as well. That when we say, oh, I've got an addicted personality, this is something that we both came up to. In some ways, that's good for my fitness because I'm not an addict at the gym anymore, but actually that drive, that addicted personality gets me to get things done as well. So it doesn't have to be, addictive personality doesn't have to be a bad thing. So, does hypnotising work? Will it work for giving up chocolate? Will it work for binge eating? Will it work for alcohol? Well, it's my third time having it, so you could actually say it doesn't work because you had it once and it didn't work, you had it again, it didn't work. Who said it's going to work this time? And it might not, and there's no, whereas before I think I put pressure on myself. I think now it's just, going to a hypnotist for me today was just like reading another book or having another book read to me, but this time it was my story. So I've probably got here, and there's more upstairs, 10 self-help given up drinking books. So does that mean that if I say that hypnotherapy didn't work because I still crave a drink, does that mean that these books don't work, these self-help books don't work? And I'm sure you've all got self-help books about a number of things that you've tried to kick the habit of or tried to feel better about. So does it mean that the books don't work? And I don't think that. I think every book that I've read and every time I've been to the hypnotist, I've learned from it, and it's been like a learning experience. So I think that we have to keep learning. What I have definitely learned today was that it's okay to actually leave the old Emma behind and start a new Emma. Yeah, it doesn't mean that there was anything wrong with the old Emma, but I want to start a new Emma. Yeah, it's like being reborn again, and that's absolutely fine. I also learned how exhausting, and I know this for the dieters out there, how exhausting trying to stop doing something is. You know, you feel guilty for having that chocolate bar, but then all you can think about all day is that chocolate bar in the cupboard. You say to yourself you're going to have one square of that chocolate bar, and you don't, you eat it all. You know, I totally understand that, because that works with wine, and I know Lily's thing used to be, or may still be, crisps. So how do you say, right, well, I don't want to live in sobriety, but I need to cut back on the alcohol, or I don't never want to eat chocolate again, but I want to stop the chocolate binges, okay? I've got one friend who actually just was so hungry because she was on this stupid diet that often when she felt that urge of sort of saying, oh, yeah, she just used to eat practically a whole box of Cocoa Pops, okay? But if you asked her, she had a healthy diet. She couldn't understand why she was carrying this fat around her tummy. She trains 5 times a week. She was forgetting that whole box of Cocoa Pops a couple of times a week, yeah? So one of the things that I've been doing the last couple of days is actually getting some bits together to show you what I'm going to be doing, what I've done in the past, what works for me, and some new things. I'm just going to go through a few books to begin with. Lovely Lynn's has put a chat thing, I don't really know what that is, Lynn's, but a chat thing on this group for those that are trying with the alcohol. Okay, so but I said if she could upload some books, that'd be great. So I bought this 10 Years Younger book. Do you remember her, 10 Years Younger? I used to watch that all the time. And I remember buying this book in W.H. Smith's when I was severely hungover, and I was convinced then, I think I went to the shop and brought all these antioxidants, foods and all these things, smoothies and stuff, because I was convinced that that's what I needed. In actual fact, what my body needed was just simple water. With lemon in it, with cucumber in it, it needed water. And she puts here, water is the only drink for a wise man. And it really is. If you look dehydrated, and alcohol dehydrates you, okay? Your skin will look older. Your blood is slower to carry vital oxygen. It affects your bone health. It affects your heart health. And your concentration levels are low and you feel sluggish. So that's just, you know, we know that, don't we? We know that actually you want to look 10 years younger. Probably the best thing that you can drink is water and rest. Yeah? Let alone going to Boots and thinking, oh my God, my skin looks awful. I'm going to spend 50 quid on Clarins' new moisturiser. Yeah? Don't do that anymore. Interesting, isn't it? So that is, but it's a good book. Other books on my shelf, Move Your DNA. I have mentioned this many, many times. It's really good to read a book. So rather than think, oh, Emma says I've got to stretch. Emma says I've got to do this. Find out why it's good to move. And if you find out the why, and if you educate yourself, then you start to want to do it more, okay? a really good book, Fat Around the Middle. So this addresses sugar, and obviously sugar is an alcohol. So, but again, if you realise what that food is doing to you, you're more likely to actually want to do something about it and want to make a change. Somebody just saying don't have that because it's got X amount of calories in it, or that's bad for you, or whatever, doesn't always work. Education works. Love this one. I know a few of you have that one. That was a good one. So I forgot about this till today. Sober Revolution, calling time on wine o'clock. Yeah, so as I said, a lot of these are about alcohol, but Fat Around the Middle and any of the hormone books. So I haven't got those down here actually. Any of the hormone books and learning about your hormones and how your hormones are affected by what you eat, how you rest, how you move, and what you drink it's really good education rather than going for lose 7 pounds in 7 days books. Yeah. 28-day alcohol-free challenge. Haven't actually read that yet. Happier Hour, love that one. She was actually a health coach with a drinking issue. Patty gave me this one, Blackouts, really good. I Don't Drink, How to Quit Alcohol. So you can see there's a lot of books I've read here, and I've took bits of each one. My favourite, Jason Vale, How to Give Up Drink Easily. There's also a chocolate one. Now, I haven't read that one. I've actually given it to a client, so I haven't got it to show you, but I've heard that it's really good. One I'm reading at the moment, Alcohol Explained. Hate the cover, really dull, but really good book. And then for anything really, The Science of Self-Hypnosis. It's pretty heavy, but I'm just getting into it, okay, sort of. Got recommended that by Sarah Wall, who's the hypnotist. Yeah, first time, a few times I've picked it up, I went, but I will get through it. Okay, other books that I purchased the other day. Get Your Shit, in case there's any, Get Your Together, okay. How to stop worrying about what you should do so you can finish what you need to do and start doing what you want to do. And I think really we all need this book in our life. She does do another one as well. It's by Sarah Knight, The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving Up. And I think you know the other word. Okay. Try Dry. 101 Things to Do When You're Not Drinking. This is great. Okay, love this little book. This is a foodie one. How to Feel the Fear and Eat It Anyway. Okay. When my mum got me this, I was a bit like, why are you giving me this, Mum? Are you saying that all my, all the stuff that I do with my healthy eating, I'm fearful of food? But actually, it wasn't anything about that at all. It's about how to eat everything and stop worrying about it, okay? And obviously, they're not sort of saying, go and buy 10 donuts and eat them, yeah? Which is what I thought it was about when I first read the cover. We need to be healthy, but it's, it doesn't have to be plant-based. It doesn't have to, we don't have to, it's a menu that's especially delicious and guilt-free. And it requires a hell of a lot less money than spent in health food shops, okay? So it's funny because I had a nutritionist at my course yesterday, and when I mentioned Hollander Barrett to her, she went, oh. And I said, yeah, that's what I do when somebody mentions the body coach to me. So those are kind of like the books that I have read are reading. So they do work. It's chipping away all the time. I want to talk about chocolate first. Now, if it's crisps, then obviously we'll do crisps another day, Lily. But I want to talk about chocolate and a few things that I have purchased, and a few things that we can do. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Got so much stuff here. So it's great spending money for work and then getting to keep it after. Lots of you say when the kids go to bed, it's your reward. So whether it's chocolate or alcohol, it's your reward. I obviously totally get this. If you're going to have that reward, yeah, you can have that reward of chocolate. You can have that reward of an alcoholic drink if you want. But it's about enjoying it, okay? Not going to the cupboard. My friend said she used to know that she'd done the Cocoa Pops thing and remembered when she'd come down and there was Cocoa Pops all over the floor, and she just used to get in the Cocoa Pops and just do that, yeah? And unconsciously eat. The same goes with a few clients that I know, and they just go, the bar of chocolate was gone before I know it, yeah? So chocolate isn't a bad thing, and there's lots of health benefits to chocolate, right? Also, they say. Dark chocolate, I would say, should be your go-to, really, if you're trying to be healthy. And I find dark chocolate so bitter that actually I can only have a couple of squares. But you could have a little bar of dark chocolate every day if you wanted one. Yeah, we're not here to kind of like say you can't have anything. But if you're having a massive big Galaxy or Yorkie bar every day, you're inhaling it, you're not tasting it, you're not sitting down to eat it, you're eating it walking, it's just something that you do at 10 o'clock, the vending machine, at work, then that kind of eating chocolate needs to change. Yeah, chocolate is there to be enjoyed. I actually look at the chocolate in my local shop and I look at it as if it's pretty chocolate, yeah? Because it's processed, manufactured, you know, it's really sweet stuff. So now, if I'm going to have some chocolates, now this isn't always, yeah? Sometimes I love my little Freddo bars, yeah? I do find that if I'm really, really on that, not that I have periods anymore, but I do still have the symptoms. If I'm really, really on that PMT, I will go and get myself a little Freddo chocolate, because if I don't, then there's a chance that I might binge. So allowing myself to eat that chocolate and not feeling guilty about it. I've made a decision, that's my decision, okay? It's certainly not weighing myself after a bar of chocolate, which I would have done. And I've tried to puke chocolate up, which doesn't puke up very well. So, a really good idea. Now, I only got a small box of these. A really good idea is to actually buy some handmade chocolates or similar. These are from Aldridge Chocolates. Aldridge Chocolates, which is, see, I know the name of the pub it's by. Anyway, it's down just off Western Road. I think it's Holland Road. So this is for your sort of new chocolate addicts that just want to go and grab that bar, yeah? So what I would do, yeah, my top tip is buy some handmade chocolates, Montezuma. Make a special trip to actually go and purchase the chocolates that you want. Now, as I'm not a chocolate fan, I just got this. But in that shop, there was so many alcoholic ones as well, which I nearly did pick. But you know, pick yourself 14 truffles if you want to a night, or 7 truffles, yeah, if you're okay, you know, one a night, a little truffle, and hand pick them with love. Or buy yourself a big bar of dark chocolate, and literally, if you're going to do the big bar of dark chocolate, because obviously that's cheaper, literally break them into sort of 2 squares at a time, and store them. Not in the cupboard, hidden, so you don't see them or anything like that. Get a lovely jar. Okay, now this is from Velvet. Oliver Bonus do some lovely jars. Junk shops do some lovely jars. I'm sure you've got something that you could possibly use lying around. Okay, so I don't want you to all sort of go out and spend a fortune here. I have. But this jar looks lovely, yeah? And then I would one by one put my chocolates in. And I would know that every night when the kids go to bed, my reward is one of those chocolates. But I have it in peace, yeah? I have it and I enjoy it. I don't have it shoving it in my mouth while I'm doing the washing up or the laundry, okay? I sit on my comfy chair and I have it in peace. No phone in my hand. Yeah, the telly can be on if you want, but in peace. Now, most people that have the chocolate don't have the alcohol thing as well. So, really nice candle. Yeah, really nice smelling candle that I purchased. And I would put that on the side. I'm going to go into some tea in a minute, with a lovely cup. This is from Velvet, and I don't know why, I just really liked it. Yeah? So, a lovely cup, if I drop this, it's going to smash in the sink, of herbal tea. Okay? And I wanted a smaller plate, but I found this one and I really, really liked it. So I've gone for this one. But I would put my one chocolate truffle there. I'll show you the plate first. Oh, plate porn. Can you see it? You might not like it. I like it. It's from Lavender Rooms. It was really expensive. Stupid amount of money for a plate. But you could put, I was looking for a smaller one. You can get from junk shops, you get really, really pretty old-fashioned plates for about £1. So, you know, don't have to think. But this is just what I wanted to do for me and for you. So I put my one chocolate on there that I've got out of my lovely, lovely thing. And my one chocolate, burning candle, cup of tea. And I'm going to go and sit and enjoy that chocolate. Like the Flake advert. She used to make love to that chocolate, didn't she? Only the, what is it? Only the one. Yeah, and sit there in peace. Yeah, and that might be before I do my stretches or after doing my stretches or whatever. But just try it. Now, when things are new, it's a bit like a relationship, isn't it? Sex is always amazing in a new relationship, isn't it? But then it just gets a bit dull, yeah? So with anything, you might have to change it up, yeah? It's not that it's crumblies, only the crumblies, yeah. Where was I? I was talking about sex, wasn't I? So that's something that could work, and it's definitely worth giving it a try. As I say, it does get boring and things need changing up again. But we have to start somewhere and we have to try and change things. Now, I also got Hugo from that lovely chocolate shop. Beautiful. A little cat chocolate. Isn't that lovely? How much better than actually going to the Co-op and buying a Freddo bar. It's lovely, isn't it? Okay? So, that's sort of chocolate, people. So I'm not saying you don't eat chocolate. You choose to eat chocolate, you enjoy chocolate, and try not to feel guilty after chocolate. Okay? Obviously, in this little tin, only pop in your week's allowance of chocolate. Only buy a week's allowance of chocolate. Okay. We're going to move on to alcohol now, and I'm going to be really truthful. This is some stuff that I have drank since the start. Oh man, why would I put that in my body? Since the start of the, since the start of the school programme, yeah? But we're only on breakfast, snack and lunch, right? So this is kind of getting you ready for looking at going deeper. I haven't really gone into much about habits and cravings and that sort of stuff, because I just want us to get the food and the exercise and feeling better about committing with exercise and consistent with food. But every time I drink this, I need this the next day. So the two go hand in hand. All are poison for the body, utterly poison. They are not refreshing, they are dehydrating, they're not a drink, they are alcohol, okay? And certainly it's not really a drink. So looking at the chocolate and looking at the alcohol, I would never, ever go and eat. This was on my board, on my vision board. I feel like one of those vloggers now. Oh, look at the makeup. Can you see? I would never go out and eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 donuts. But I would probably consume 7 drinks in a night. So one of the things we came up today in the hypnotherapy, and it can go with chocolate as well, is work out. Now this is for you to work out in your Galaxy bar chocolate or whatever you have, or your bottle of Prosecco, how much sugar is in there. Okay, now this is for you to work out. This is really old sugar. That's all the sugar we have in the house. So work out how many glasses of sugar. Yeah, pour it into a glass, pour it into several glasses. Work out how much sugar you are consuming in a week by having the donuts or the wine or binging on chocolate or the kids' sweets or putting your hand in the Cocoa Pops. Work it out, weigh the sugar out, and maybe put it on show because it's shocking. Okay, so I know one of you, Fiona mentioned about a little bit of maple syrup on her cereal, on her porridge. That is not the issue that she has with the tummy that she doesn't like. The issue is with all the little bits that she's having. Okay, we do delve deeper into this in the next part, so week 7 to 12. Yeah? So really good visual. Would I spoon out that much sugar and put it in my mouth? No. Never. But I love the taste of alcohol, and I love that, I'm going to keep that there. I love the way alcohol makes me feel. Or do I? Because I don't like, would you like me little things as well? I like these. Dan Helms. Didn't steal these. I hate the way alcohol makes me feel. I hate the way I feel the next day. I hate the hangovers. I hate the come down on sugar. I hate the midnight binges and then coming down and realise I've ate the whole peanut butter or literally dipped bread in the hummus. Yeah? Hate it. And it's tiring on my body. It's tiring on my body to process it. It can take about 72 hours to process it. It's not going to help my bone health, so going towards menopause. I'm obviously at high risk of osteoporosis because of my bulimia and my eating disorders. And then I'm feeding my bones and muscles with this. And then going to the gym. Yeah, I'm kidding myself and killing myself if I think that is healthy. Okay. So, do we live in sobriety? What do we do? And Jason Vale hits it on the nail on the head. Drink is the only drug in the world that you have to sort of create a reason as to why you don't drink it. Yeah? You have to say why you live alcohol free, why you aren't drinking. Now, I don't want anybody, I'm not saying to anybody that it's about time you lived in sobriety. What I am saying with chocolate and what I am saying with alcohol is we need to start looking at why we're consuming it, how we're consuming it, and if we really are enjoying it, yeah, because I'm not enjoying it. I don't enjoy it. And another thing that we need to start saying is that night you've decided not to drink, I don't drink. I'm not having a drink. You don't have to give a reason why you're not drinking. You find most of your friends will then tell you their issues with drink. But all you have to say is, I'm choosing not to have a drink. I'm not drinking tonight. Okay? That's it. So, when we talk about a glass of wine as well, that's a big glass, isn't it? A huge glass. And when I say I've had a glass of wine, I've had a glass of wine. One this big. And this is one thing that I didn't manage to do, and I'm a bit gutted about, to be honest, is to get one of the old-fashioned wine glasses. My mum's got them at home. She doesn't drink out of them, she drinks out of the big ones. And to actually show you what a serving of wine was. So when these big glasses came in, I do feel that we are only meant to fill them up to sort of, this is a really tatty old glass, sorry. We are only meant to fill them up to sort of here, yeah? But let's face it, who does that? So last time I gave up alcohol, one of the things that I decided to do was really enjoy, so this is a gin glass, obviously, loved this glass, start enjoying other types of drinks, actual drinks, refreshing drinks, rehydrating drinks in beautiful glasses, a bit like the plate thing all over again. And this is from the Shakespeare Company, and it's brilliant, but I've also drank gin out of it as well. And it's not doing it for me anymore. So, candle burning. I went and purchased a few. Are there any alternatives you could recommend? Yes, I've got it. Don't worry, I'm here. Stick with me. I know this is going to be a long one today. Oh my God, it is going to be a long one. Okay, so I went and bought some glasses from Velvet. Really like this one. It's one of those that sit on the side. Always makes you feel a bit drunk. It's beautiful. So I got that one. I nearly broke that one then. I've got this lovely one. Okay. No wine is ever going to go in these glasses. Or gin. I got a little sparkly number. Okay. And because I've been into Prosecco lately, I brought a Prosecco flute. You can't really see, that's a face in there, yeah? Okay. I also find all non-alcoholic drinks sickly sweet, yuck, yeah. Me too, and boring, Fiona. Yes, so you go into a pub and non-alcoholic-ish, just, yeah. There's some amazing, right, so that's my top tips, yeah? Sugar thing, I think, is a really good one. The donut, which is on my vision board. And the other thing that I love in front of my tap is drink to your health. Okay? Because drink is refreshing and hydrating. That is dehydrating and poison. Okay, so what to drink? So last time I did sobriety for 4 months, I felt amazing. So much better than I have done the last sort of few weeks when I've been consuming this, yeah? Instead of looking at this like a beautiful bottle of Prosecco, which I'm really going to enjoy, I'm now looking at it like a bottle of sugar that's going to drain my energy, not give me muscle power, ruin my bones, give me a headache, and basically £10 out of my purse, yeah? So last time I went alcohol free, I found loads and loads of non-alcoholic beers. Now the non-alcoholic beers are processed, probably not much better for you than that, but it wasn't alcohol, so I didn't have the groggy feeling afterwards. And actually they were quite nice. Heineken do a really nice one. There's quite a few now. I think even Brewdog do one, Nanny State, that's quite nice. There was quite a few, so I can find out. I know the shop in Seven Dials that sells them, Shoppers Seven Dials. Fiona, I know that you live there. The Seven Sevens wine shop, and they do some really good non-alcoholic beers, yeah? So that's great, and there's non-alcoholic wines as well. I've got a whole list of them, so I will get that together for you. But actually, this time round, I've decided that I don't want to replicate the taste of lager or Diet Coke's my other go-to, or Prosecco. Quite like at the moment, I know there's ginger ale and stuff like that, but in Waitrose and also on the deli, again on Seven Dials, there's, you can get, I did have it, hang on 2 seconds. Now of course this is sugar, la-da-da-da-da, but I'm trying to get, yeah, kombucha, I never know how to pronounce that, really, yeah. It is sugar, yeah, I know, but we're talking about getting off the alcohol addiction, okay? And this reminds me of when I was a kid, Dandelion and Burdock, really like it, and one's enough for me. So one of those in my lovely glass with my burning candle, having it in peace, reading a book. Oh, it sounds amazing, doesn't it, when you say it out loud, rather than actually downing this and waking up with a hangover. I could wake up refreshed. But I want to try and get away. I'm not keen on that tea, that kombucha. I had it anyway, I need to try it again. So I've just popped today to the Bluebird Bird and Blend Tea Company, which is in Brighton, but they do deliver online. They've actually got a Ditch the Dating meet and match evening where people drink tea cocktails. And guess who's gonna go? If I can get childcare. So it's on Thursday the 4th of April. You do need to book online. So I spent an hour in there today, which is why I'm late for you. And when I was so the image that was on this group, the chocolate and the wine thing, was actually one of these bottles. I went to the festival on Hove Lawns, and chill, sleep, drink, repeat. Okay? And basically you can do, so it's a bit like, you know, water with the cucumber and the mint and all that kind of stuff. Any of their teas you can do cold. Yeah, so they show you exactly how to do it, or there's instructions in there. So I just literally put 4, I think it was 4 or was it 8? Oh, I don't know, I can't remember, it'll be in there somewhere. 4 or 8 teas in there, I'll show you the teas in a minute. And then you infuse it with water and you just leave it in the fridge, and then you just pour it, but it's got a special filter in there that the tea leaves don't go in, yeah? So actually, I've purchased some really nice tasting. They do anything from, there was one that tasted really almost like banoffee pie, which you could put, they put with coconut milk. And it was a lovely Bailey's alternative, but I don't really want that creamy texture. I'm more of a gin, sort of wine or beer kind of person. So you can cold drink these. So let's talk about that. I also got all the blends again. You can hot drink as well. So I brought this special teapot, and yeah, I'm gonna try doing some of that. So what did I get? I got one called Beat It, Warming Winter Fruit. So that's like my mulled wine, but cold. Drink it hot as well, which I'm gonna have either in a nice glass or glass. Whoops. Or these are all gonna be broke by the end of the week, aren't they? Or in my lovely cup while I'm reading my book. Yeah, so Beat It. Beetroot, apple, orange peel, lemon peel, rose hip. And it smells, as I say, I tried a lot of these, smells divine. They do floral ones, they do more minty ones. You know, I'm not into floral tea, that's what I said straight away. You can also infuse them, if you wanted, with apple. So instead of putting water in there, you could do apple juice or lemonade in there. As I say, they did some with the milk as well. I'd like to just try it with water, but if that doesn't work, then obviously I know I'll get a nice lemonade. This is to try and get me off the alcohol. So if it has to be lemonade, it has to be lemonade or tonic water. This one is Cherry Lips. So it's got green tea with cherry and rose petals. That's the one I'm going to try later. I'm actually going to do my filter after this. You need to filter it for about 4 or 5 hours. I don't think I would carry that bottle around with me, but obviously you could put it in another one. Elderflower Prosecco. Yeah. So we've got elderflower, lemon, apple pieces, orange, rose hip again. I don't know why I'm opening them because you can't smell them, but I'm smelling them. They're lovely. So I've got that. Breakfast Ready Honey. So it's a caffeine-free breakfast blend with a hint of honey. Okay. And Neeli Nirvana. I've had this before in a coffee shop in town. So luxury white silver needle tea with spearmint and jasmine. Okay. So rather than have that's quite expensive. Yeah, I think each one of these was about £5, but actually, if you think about the cost of alcohol, or if you think about the cost of non-alcoholic beverages, they are quite expensive. So, yeah, I'm going to give those a go rather than having the alcoholic alternatives. Now, if you have a local pub, if you're deciding to go alcohol free, and if you have a local pub, I do think it's about not avoiding going out with friends. I don't think you can live your life. You need to communicate. The same goes with chocolate as well. If you've got an NCT group and you always meet and you have chocolate or cake, then you need to communicate, and you just need to say, I'm not having, if you don't want to go through the whole thing, I'm choosing not to have cake. Yeah, I'm choosing not to have cake. Then let them talk about their own fat issues or sugar issues or diet or whatever. Let them talk, yeah? Listen to them, nod their head, and you know you're doing Supercharged Sculpt. Obviously, just say, I think you need to go and see Emma. So you can't avoid social situations, so you need to decide before you go what you're going to do and try and stick with it. A friend really isn't a friend if they're egging you on to have a drink or egging you on to have a cake. You need to have a discussion with them. You can't avoid social situations. I got my local pub to actually, all they did was Beck's Blue, which I hated. So I just had a word with the landlord and said, do you think you'd be able to get in, San Miguel, they do one. I said, do you think you'd be able to get in this for me? Because actually I really like this, and while Graham's having his beer, I can have one of these. And they went, yeah. And actually, the first day they put them in, I think they sold about 5. So if you do go to a local, that's always in, you can always ask. But yeah, out and about, they are catching up, definitely out non-alcoholic beers and stuff around. I think it'll be a while before we see the teas and stuff in bars, but you never know. So it is the good old, what is it? Lemon and whatever. Soda water and, and lime. Okay, so it's been a very, very long live. I hope I've covered some good ideas for you. I'll pop all the non-alcoholic drinks or a list of below. You can get yourself to the Bird and Blend Tea Company, or you can go online. You've got Audrey's Chocolates if you're in Brighton, or you can go online. Monty's, what's it called? Montezuma? What's it called? There's loads and loads of beautiful, delicious things. What we need to try and stop is not the odd glass of wine here or there. What we need to try and stop is the binging, the using it as a stress relief, and all that kind of stuff. Yes, use it as a stress relief, but sit and enjoy it rather than binge on a bottle or binge on a chocolate bar. Yeah. So I hope that is super helpful. I've got some videos I need to upload, and also I need to do you the stretch and release shoulder, sort of working the traps, how to not overwork the traps but work the lower traps videos as well. So I'm off. Okay, see you later.